If you wish to live differently than others do, you might need to live differently than others do. As creatives, entrepreneurs, free thinkers, people who think outside of the box, if we were to put on paper what our dream day-to-day life would be, it might not resemble anybody's life who we've ever met. That's okay. You're in good company. Like the people you look up to, that's them too. But it is rare. And they lived in a rare way to get to that place. Let's look at a made-up man named Eric for a moment. Eric is a substitute teacher who's asked what his goals are. At first, he answers by saying, well, I'd like to be in better shape. I want to start this like TikTok channel where I'm doing comedy ideas that I've had for a while. And I want to put a down payment on a house. And then he's promptly asked to reassess this answer, this time with a focus on being unrealistic. And he's like, what do you mean unrealistic? Like if I lived in some kind of fucking fantasy life? Some impractical fantasy life? Yes, that's what I mean, Eric. What then? And he says, well, to live beyond financial comfort, doing exactly what the fuck I want with my time, to live in a constant state of travel and exploration. I want to be excited when I wake up every morning. I want to be recognized in public by strangers whose lives I've affected through my comedy. And I want to have, you know that body Michael Phelps has? I want to have that like all year round. Fuck yeah, Eric, that's what I'm asking. That honest self-inventory is scary, but it's real. That's the truth. So Eric feels prompted to take action in his life. He starts working to make his dream a reality. He exercises even when he doesn't feel like it from now on. He posts the best content on TikTok he possibly can as often as he can. He lives below his means so that he can save money. He meditates. He's watching YouTube videos, acquiring skills that he knows he's gonna need in order to make his fucking dreams come true. All that shit demonstrates willpower, determination, mindfulness, and vision. And all things need to start somewhere. But let's be honest for a minute. Every city's gym is packed with people who exercise when they don't feel like it. Countless creators are posting on TikTok as often as they can. 20 families in his apartment building alone are living below their means. 4 out of 10 people in the Starbucks line Eric stood on this morning are meditating, and lots of people are learning new skills. So Eric needs to now recognize a truth. The quality of life that he's after isn't just different. It's rare. How many humans, of the thousands of humans you've interacted with, have you ever met with the attainment of even one bullet point on Eric's list, let alone all of them working simultaneously at the same time? I would be stunned to find out that it's more than one person. Like, who do you know that has Michael Phelps's body year round, is financially free, travels and explores consistently, wakes up excited, and gets recognized in public for their comedy videos?
In retrospect, I'm kind of describing that life.
This is the shit that Eric said that he wants. All the shit on that list. So he made some calls to change his life, to be in a direction, but dude, Eric, you gotta be honest with yourself, man. What you want, any one of those bullet points is rare. To have all of them in your day-to-day life is ridiculously rare, man. So how do you get there? By living ridiculously rare. The Rarity Mindset. I want you guys to examine how rare your own objectives are. Your individual goals, like each little thing that you want, but also all of those goals happening alongside of each other at the same fucking time. Have you met 100 people who have attained this type of shit? 12 people? Several people? 1 or 2? Have you met none? The answer is going to determine how rarely you'll likely need to live in order to attain what you want for the foreseeable future. If you should choose to deploy this Rarity Mindset tool, which the Creativity Genie has graciously bestowed upon me to deliver unto you, you're going to need to adjust the way you live to be in proportion with how rare the shit you want is. That's important, because not everybody has truly rare dreams. And if you don't, A, that's fucking awesome, and B, this happens to not be the video for you. If your dream is to live on a farm in America and have enough time to paint at night, that might be considered a little different. It's not rare. It's a lot of farmers with some spare time. You see what I'm saying? Not that many farmers with spare time, as it turns out. These are busy people. Probably wasn't the best example. I think most people who are still watching this video fall into the category of wanting rare shit. And so I want to get practical about this. The method by which you can alter your life to start being more rare is by stacking rare points on the scoreboard. Consistently make decisions which separate you from most people. And to feel accomplished whenever you make a rare decision because you know where it leads. Give yourself a little dopamine hit, like I just did some rare shit. Now these moves could be both hard rare and weird rare. Either one primes your habits and your identity effectively. You could start with weird rare. I think it's easier. It's very easy to just do. So like what I mean is an example of weird rare would be like, how many people set an alarm for 2:55 a.m. and go for a walk while listening to very loud Egyptian pop music on a 2005 iPod? How many people put like research giraffes for 11 minutes into their calendar? How many people decide not to use the internet for 6 straight days? The answer to these questions is a similar amount of people to how many people have achieved what you want to achieve. So start there. Do some weird shit. Let's talk about hard rare for a second. Again, both of these work. But hard rare is like, how many people have quit their jobs to move into a shittier apartment so they could focus full time on building their passion into a profession? How many people reach out to 79 music managers asking to open for a popular artist? And then how many people reach out to 79 more the next week after none of those music managers responded? How many people have been looking forward to a cheat meal on Sunday? And then Sunday rolls around and instead of taking that cheat meal, they decide, I'm gonna go to sleep hungry instead. This is crazy. How many people say no to going on a date with somebody that they've like had a crush on for a hot minute? The answer to all of these questions is probably how many people have achieved what you want to achieve. So to do these things, you'd be in good company. See what I'm saying? Whoa, my friends. Look, this whole rarity mindset thing, it's not just like the secret or the answer. This is one of many tools that I go over on the channel that may resonate with you and open up a door for you. It was effective for me personally, and I'm only exposing it to you as food for thought. You do not need to have rare goals. Yo, when I see a middle-class family in Target who doesn't seem to have forged some unorthodox path and like blazed a creative trail, and yet the parents are holding hands and the kids are happy, I am sometimes legitimately moved to tears, like have to go into an aisle in Target and like kind of just like cry for a second. Because honestly, these people seem much more fulfilled than I am a lot of the time. I cannot stress enough, getting everything you ever wanted is not going to actually make you happy. I've said this before and I'm always going to say it. It's just that for me, it took successfully manifesting life conditions to even realize that. If nothing else, the entire takeaway from this video is simply be brutally brave and truthful with yourself when considering the life you want while you still have a physical body on this earth. If you pretty much have never met anybody who has this type of life, start the journey of accepting that it's never going to happen for you unless you live in a way that is unlike anyone who you've ever met. That's it. The key is not to do anything specific. It's to be rare because you plan to be rare. If you can do rare shit, your brain understands that you are rare. You understand what I'm saying? I did this and it worked for me when I wanted like a record deal and to live in LA. Like I was in New Jersey in a basement, man. I didn't even know how to make music on a computer, dude. And what I really wanted, honestly, was to like be moved out of New Jersey to Los Angeles and to get a record deal. So I had to ask myself, like, how rare is that? Like, what kind of company am I in? Do I know anybody who's ever done that? The answer was no. Forget about the people I know. How many people in general do that? How many people? Very fucking few people, man. So I started doing shit that very few people did. And it didn't even need to be the hard rare category. Working 16 hours past how long somebody else would work. It became stuff like that every so often, but it was even just doing weird rare shit. Just so my brain gets it, that you're rare, motherfucker. Like, dude, look. What I want in my life is like some 1 out of every 500,000 or 1 out of every million kind of shit. So what else is something that 1 out of every 500,000, 1 out of every million people might do? Because I can't just have the thing I want right here and now. So what can I do that 1 out of every million people do? Probably sprint in a cemetery at 4 a.m. Okay, then let me do that. Again, the key is that the stuff that you're doing is rare. So I want to leave you guys with like some actionable shit that you can actually do, that you could take away from this video. Step 1 is going to be examine what your dream life is. The unrealistic one. The forever day that you would live over and over if you could. Don't be afraid when you do this. Be brutally honest. Even if it's smaller or bigger, they're just different than what you've been telling yourself you want all these years. Just be honest with yourself. Write it down. I want to never have to worry about money. I want to perform for thousands of people. I want to have a partner that I could be with forever. I want to wake up feeling energized. I want to have a home on the beach in Hawaii, but also a home in Colorado. I want to have a six-pack even when I'm old. Write this shit down. Step 2. Ask yourself what percentage of people you think have a life that looks anything like the one you want. Is it less than 1 out of 1,000? Less than 1 out of 100,000? Write it down. 1 out of blank. Step 3. Start doing weird, rare things that are proportionately as rare as the percentage of people who have your dream life. So if it's 1 out of every 100, you probably don't have to do much, to be honest. If it's 1 out of 10 million, it's time to start doing weird, rare shit that only 1 out of every 10 million people would do. They don't have to be hard, just uncommon, like buying 6 different flavors of vitamin water and humming a Frank Sinatra song when you go to the register to pay. Great. It seems dumb, I understand that, but this is you training yourself to be as rare as the life you want. Make sure to pat yourself on the back after every time you do one of these weird, rare things. Step 4. Up the stakes and start doing hard, rare things. I'm talking about sacrifices that won't hurt you, but that others just refuse to make. I'm talking about scary things that push you out of your element. Longer hours spent on your passion than the competition. And again, with every rare choice, please proudly pat yourself on the back and accept that little dopamine hit. My friends, I urge you with the utmost enthusiasm because I know who you are if you are still watching this video. I don't know exactly who you are, but I'm like you in a big way, and it's that my dream life is really different. It's really rare. It's a rare life. For me to attain the type of shit that I want to attain in this life is rare as fuck. And I know that it is for you too. So please, start by doing those 4 steps I just said. Start doing rare shit right now by doing those 4 steps, because that's rare. Most people, even the ones who really want shit, even the creatives, the entrepreneurs, think outside of the box kind of fucking individuals. They're gonna watch a video on YouTube. It's gonna inspire them. And then they're not gonna take the steps. Separate yourself from them right now. Start being rare right now by actually doing those 4 things I just said. I just want you guys to have your dream life, because it's not unrealistic.
Yeah.